Welcome in. As you come in, like the video, share, tell a friend. I sense animosity in the air. I know amongst the angels we've been having a jolly, funky, good time. So I'm trying to figure out why there is a need to prove oneself. You know, I just heard someone say not even an hour ago, in their thoughts, though, in their thoughts, if she did not have a man, I could win. In so many words. This a dude. And then when he said, what was that? I said, if I did not have fathers, he still wouldn't be able to win. In so many words. I'm starting to believe truly, because this is something that I bore witness to firsthand coming up. Usually you see the opposite, right? Because my biological father, the one that created this body, the centaur, that is passed over in the spiritual realm right now, not the ancestor realm. So that means he got access, you know. Isikina fososo shikiti. When I would date dudes, right? It would, and I did talk about this before. When I would date dudes, especially around the time when my father passed over, right? My father passed over, and I have a card that is a tribute to that moment. My father passed over, and when he passed over, I was left one of his cars and his home. Right? Now, this is something that he spent his whole life building. Now, when you don't know the ins and outs of being a homeowner, right? You don't know the variables to it. So I happened to be driving my father's brand new used car because when he passed over, he had just got it and it had less than 18,000. Brand new, paint good. You know, he was one of them. I was driving my father's car, having a conversation. This is one time. This is after he's gone. And I was talking about my dad. And the fact that my dad had basically left me the car. The majority of people that I told that story to did not like my father. It was two others that I told that to. Now, the ones that have been in my life darn near my whole entire life didn't have any reaction to it. Because from my understanding is they knew their father. They spent time with their father, whether or not if their father was passed over. The thing that I like to put in the air is a lot of these dudes got a problem with men and males that are present in their little girls' lives. Automatically, that means I'm cut from a different cloth. I did not come from a fatherless home. That's how they see. It's not as big now. Like my children, they don't hear, you know, it's mixed. My adult children is mixed belief when it comes down to the late 20s, early 30s era about fathers. The mixed belief is for the ones that had their fathers, some of them felt like their home was better without their fathers. And this is something that, you know, I never I never felt that way, because by the time I was out, they were already legally separated. Imagine that. But just like with any karmic relationship, right? They're spiritual spouses, so don't, But because of what was happening spiritually, they had it bad. My era, the rearing that I experienced, my grandparents, they had it tough. My grandparents on my father's side were together. My grandparents on my mother's side was together. And so my father's generation believed that when you have a child with someone, you marry them. That belief is not necessarily functioning today. Some people try to hold up that belief and some people don't. The point is, a lot of these dudes have a problem with men and regular dudes being present in their little girls' lives, because they want to be able to run over that little girl and deem her unworthy because she did not have a father. They couldn't put that label on me. Again, with my adult children, they didn't experience that. That's not something that they, you know, was teased about to my knowledge. Now, if they were, they never said it to me. Because even when they were younger, I was married. So it's like, when you encounter dudes that got an issue with you because they poked the bear, it is usually because they sense something from you. Now, my father was a frugal, intelligent, a well-rounded man. Again, I want to say that I did not see any other woman in my father's homes until he got married the second time. That is when he introduced his next wife. It is important because they say men should be able to control their loins. Matter of fact, you're not a man unless you can control your thing-a-lang. He had all girls. When you run into a dude that got an issue with their own father, it'll play out in the relationships that they have with the females and the women that they choose. Off top. Especially if they had a father present. They'll get animosity towards you because of it. It's almost like they want to get back at your father by getting at you. Y'all don't think that's possible? You don't think that people have hidden agendas and hidden issues that play out in their relationships? The reason why is this dude is a cur. Put a stalk in front of it. This is somebody that follow me on this platform, whatever app he know I'm on, and it's like, come on, dude. He made a mistake though. Yo, he logged on to the app with his name, with his mint, and proceeded to attack your girl. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I'm on level 67. It's important. I'm on level 67. Here he is on 78, and he still didn't take me out. The reason because I can hear this dude is being monitored. I can't. And some of y'all on that 2K stuff with him. You don't think? Let me tell y'all something. I'm gonna tell you right now. I have a son. One of my sons. I don't know if the other ones still do it, but one of my sons is active on that game. And I guarantee you, at some point, he'd have ran and played ball with this dude because this is how it works, y'all. This is how it works. You said ain't no way. It's all kind of ways when it's Satan's internet. This is how. Let me tell y'all something. I'll be a monkey's behind if the girl that I got into it with as an adolescent child didn't get into it with my oldest child. Her son got into it with my oldest child's son. That's past life stuff. They came to blows. I was pregnant with him and she was pregnant with him. We was both going to continuation school, 17. That's the one that I said Santa Marita came and pointed up the street. And the next thing you know, it was all in the news. This is when I stayed in the mall. So guarantee you a lot of people know who she is. It be the ones that see you. She wasn't dark skinned, she was light skinned. It be the ones that see you and just don't like you and you don't know because they was a bully in the past life and they carried on into this current life with that same energy. But you always run into the wrong one. You run into the wrong one, they'll shut your light off. Around that time, you couldn't play around in the mall like that. Is somebody gonna cap you? It's a misconception that you could just do whatever you want to anybody from Frisco. People in Frisco can't do it to each other. So it's like, be cool. You know? But the point is when you look for something, you find it. All of this stems from someone believing that I got fame. If y'all don't understand that people that watch your art form, even if you feel like you big or not, the they want to, when you are a private person, that's when they come for you even more. Because they feel like they're exposing something while having goo gobs upon goo gobs of stuff to expose about themselves. Now I could just go ahead and say his name, but I'm not finna do that because he already got people looking for him. Because he done ticked off so many people spiritually that I'm not even gonna say no name. Sometimes you get put in a position, right, where there's an upset. I'm talking about physically and spiritually. Well, how spiritually? Ether, how spiritually? You go to a place in your mind and there's a confisque. What is confisque? It's something like a confusion. And it's a whole bunch of that. You know, you don't play with anything otherworldly. Anything that has access to something that you don't know nothing about. It's so many people right now that say, "Look, I can handle a person, but the spiritual stuff is something else," and they're right. if you go searching for a problem, you're bound to run into one. And this is why the fathers that I know are good fathers are very protective over their daughters because they already understand that energy. Oh, blood, I know you wanted a boy. Oh, how you know? Because he a male. You figure he wants a boy. You ever heard daddy's little girl? I feel like I made my father proud. When it comes down to my mother, I feel equally so. Because I don't do nothing to mess up the family name. My mother was a proud woman. She's a being, so she's still in existence. And so is my father. They just passed over in a different realm. You think you know I was here. My mother was the type of woman, right? That because she married my father, she wasn't finna give up that last name. Y'all know what I'm talking about? She said, this coming with me for life times. She meant that she was that proud woman that said this will forever be. Matter of fact, I'm going to drop my maiden name because this man is so important to me. I don't want that name no more. my, my, my heir, all my cousins that's my age, when we got married, we added it. That's how important my last name is. That's how we is. You know what I'm saying? The ones my age, oh no, we're not 50. Is you mad? You taking a piece of my body, you take my maiden name. That's how we was. You're not gonna get that type of energy from every male. You're not gonna get that. It's how important. My family is well known in San Francisco. That's why I said ain't no secret. You know what I'm saying? Look, it ain't no secret. They know I'm here. They know who I am. They know what I look like. If they wanted to pull up, and I wanted them to, they'll be pulling up, especially right now. There's no secret. It went around this community here that everybody in my family was gone. And I let people believe that. You know how big my family is? Y'all be looking at these readers that got a vendetta against people and don't realize they built their whole platform on what they want to happen to somebody. Just hoping. I was working on something and I said, let me just stop for a minute and talk to the people. You know, you have a mother, a father, you cherish them. Whether or not if they could provide for you everything you want, they gave to you everything that you needed and you cherish them. If they had some shortcomings, some isms, some problems when you were growing up, guess what? The majority do. Even if they cap and say they didn't. There's always something. If it's not the street pharmaceuticals, it's the ones that you could purchase legally. It's something. Y'all, because it's animosity. And dudes specifically, they will try to get back at a dude, especially if they know they care about their children, through their children. As a matter of fact, that's why some homes is still functioning, because someone wants to get at someone's offspring. You just haven't attributed it to a past life vendetta. Was the home that my father passed down to me, because he died suddenly. If they do, so what? He was out of there suddenly. And when I seen what he was up against, when I was with my father before he passed over, I said some words to him in his ear and I covered his feet because I know how my father was about his feet. And I left, and by the time I came back, he was gone. Of course, it did something to me. But see, when you're somebody like myself, you get stronger. God will make you numb to a lot of stuff, so you don't have that breakdown that someone wants you to have. When they say, "Well, at least mine's still alive. Look what I'm doing for mines. Look, see. You wish you had a son, a daughter like me. Look what I did for mines." There's a saying called "count your blessings." It was counteracted with "don't count your blessings." You know why you don't count your blessings? Because they're numbered then. I see, what's popular amongst the celebrities, right? Is new cars. Oh, it's Valentine's Day, it's birthdays. Let's get a brand new Rolls Royce. Look at what I have. We talking about $100,000, $200,000, $60,000 cars every occasion. You making money like that? Well, you could just go drop it, or you could just go drop it and just purchase a whole new car. Does the car have payment? I say things like that. The average person that is an intellectual is going to say, "Does this car have payments?" Yeah, I even seen a short where the girl said, "Okay, you bought me a car, but is it paid for? Like, how much is the monthly payments?" People that don't know adulting would think, "Wow, sassafras brought their significant other a car." And then onlookers are saying, "Well, sassafras didn't get nothing for their birthday, nothing for Valentine's Day," as if buying a car is something that someone does every holiday, every birthday. Rather not if you're a celebrity. It's like, how much money do you think they got? What if somebody said, "I don't want to get you nothing because I paid the rent, the mortgage"? we got, I'm all right with that. You know what I'm saying? Look, you ain't bad. You ain't got to give me nothing because look, this here right here is paid for. I ain't worried about that. You know what I'm saying? The thing about me being transparent, some people feel like it gives them room to downplay me while living with their mother. You know? See, you got one, you at least you got a mother you could go home to. You know what I'm talking about? I wish my mother and my father still had homes for me to run to in my time of need. But I am what they call independent, and it's a lot of people that are like me. When I said I didn't have 8 sections my entire life, my children were not raised there. When I did go to the Jets, hey, you know what I'm saying? They said you're not from here. That's how it is. So some people don't have no breaks. You know what I'm saying? They don't have no breaks when they got to pay rent. They got to pay market value. You know, they got to get on a bus to get places. Let's normalize in people being people and having a life. That is a lifestyle. If you get on the bus every day, least you can do that. Some people can't get on the bus every day. And I do not care about a lot of things that the average person cares about because I know that you can't take it with you. Remember, I'm the one that said when you purchase something, that means you own it. That means nobody could take it from you. So, that means when you purchase something, it's not just 9/10 of the LAWSs. I'm not talking about that type. I'm talking about when you fully own something, that means nobody can take it from you. Well, what about your car? If you got the title to your car, you own it. But for you to drive this car that you own, you got to pay dues. Which brings me to another topic, y'all. Y'all seen any good Moorish content? Because I have. The level of delusion. I said, they be selling dreams like a MFer. Here, take this card. Somebody said they had basically they had a list. They sold them a list of fees. If they pull you over, which they is not if, when here is my fee registry or something like this. You see this? You see? This is what they gave me. She said, Sassafras said, I have a right to drive in my own mode of transportation. I said, you right. So do I. And unless you have a restriction, everybody got that right. Sassafras said, no, I am not contracted with the mint. Put a glove in front of it. What? So you just basically told on yourself. So you just said you driving without a license? And I'm like, give me more. This the herb put a law. The nerd put an attorney in front. This is inside of me, right? Remember I told you I wanted to be one. Like I can spot it. Like I said, and this is something say Google. Google has any case have been won with that argument, and basically no. It's gonna tell you circumstance. What does circumstance mean? That means somebody came in on something else, and they made a mistake. One example was somebody said something about the right to stand. I don't have to stand or something like that. Like he won that under the Moorish LAWSs. She said, I am licensed or contract with this state. What? What is that? You're somewhere in Ohio. You know, I'm saying to myself, do they try that in Cali? Because I don't think they try that in Cali. Imagine, who has the gall though? Like, we could be legit and still don't want them behind us. Why you running my plates, man? Who has the gall to get on the highway with a piece of paper and a fee registry to show the peace officers, right? if they pull you over. Look what I have here in the back. The audacity. Look what I have here. They didn't show that part, but the everything leading up to it, because I'm almost certain she ended up in those clanks. Look, as he said, the officer said, we got a Moorish. They already, everybody know. All right, 10-4. We got a person traveling while Moorish. You know what that means? We about to get a whole bunch of lip service with no facts. Look, she said, "You pulled me over at 75,000." And the one that came second said, "Are you serious?" He said, "You cannot be serious." He said, "Okay, but just give me your mint name." Cause she out of all, why y'all always Asada Bay? You know how many Asada Bays it is? What's your Asada El Bay? Asada El Star Bay? Asada Bay Bay? Why y'all? It's nothing but Bay Bays running around. Y'all got the same father. It is extremely funny because all that self-taught education with no facts. Somebody done sold these people a dream. She said she got the right, and I'm saying, yeah, you're right. You got the right. She acted as if, I don't know, the way they receive stuff. It made perfect sense to me. Sassafras said, I have the right. I know because we've been doing this for a long time, right? This is the dream that he sold everybody when he sent off this car. The officer said, whoever sold you that eBay car, he must know they come from eBay. Listen, was playing in your face in so many words. I mean, always got an attitude. Why y'all always got an attitude when they pull you over? And it's always an unlicensed vehicle with an unlicensed driver. Is that y'all escape route? Like, this is the stuff that some people in the city could you know could only hope for. Like I'm over here. They got all kind of restrictions and everything on their license. They done bought tags from somebody else. They getting chauffeured to work or wherever they gotta go, because every time they get in their car, they get pulled over. And here this is. This wannabe Asada is driving down the highway with an attitude. At least have a registration on the car. You ain't got no else. Like, how long do you think there's a grace period? It's up in the air. You know, you got like a month or two, and you on pins and needles the whole time. What the problem? Nobody want to get no fix it. We don't want to get that out here in Cali. A lot of times, if somebody is driving without their registration up to date, it's because they done forgot. You think you listen? That happened to me, and I done passed by them so many times. Matter of fact, I think I got pulled over one time, and it needed to be. Let me tell you how it happened, right? And they didn't give me no fix it. Let me tell you how it happened. When you purchase a new car, right? For those of y'all that know, when you purchase a new car or don't know, excuse me, you pay for the tax for that year. Okay? When you go into the next year, you're not thinking or whenever it's time for that car to be updated. You're not thinking the last thing somebody that get a new car is thinking about is the month a car is supposed to be paid for. It happens all the time. People be driving around with paper plates for months because they haven't gotten their tags, or their registration is out of date because they have not checked the back of their vehicle. When you got a new car, it's something like 500 plus to get your car registered. You think they don't know that? By the time you get a fix it, that means you well into those months out here. I see so many people driving with 2025, 2024. I see so many people driving without even California plates. So the thing is, this is the stuff that people that have too much favor get away with. And by the time they get in front of the JUDGE, you know what I'm saying? That means they done got away with it so many times. Either it's you hate, no, I'm just saying, like, you know what I'm saying? Why y'all gotta have an attitude? We over here going through all kind of situations and everything, you know what I'm saying? And you driving around not right with a misconception of what someone sold to you. And you and it's like it's like you half of them want to be in the law field. You can tell. I know my rights. No, I have a right to drive. Yes, you do. Yes, you do, unless you got a restriction. And my own single motor protection. Yes, right, as long as it's paid for. The officer said, we don't know if this vehicle is legit to drive. Everything that he said was non-confrontational and exact. And she say, well, what would make it, you know what I'm saying? She trying to put somebody else up on. Well, what would make it not intact? No registration? no, no registration would make it not intact. Did that go over your head? Wait, what would make it non-drivable? No registration. Yep. I have a right to travel. You do. Yes, you do. Within the LAW. That's the part that they leave out because you'll say, well, this piece of paper don't mean nothing. Yeah, exactly. It don't. You don't find that out until you got your free registry, your fee registry. I'm sure everyone in that precinct said, we need one of these. I can only imagine the jokes that get told in their office. The audacity that people, like, it let me tell y'all something. Those that have been through the struggle, through the fire, pushed to the limit, to be able to exercise that right to drive in their own single mode of transportation with all the variables that we have. Just about for y'all. You see somebody pull up with an attitude in a car that's not even registered. Look, bump, bump the fact that it's not up to date. It ain't. She ain't registered since she bought it. So she like, look, that's all you getting from me. People that do that type of stuff when they're homeowners are no longer homeowners. You know what I'm talking about? Because, it's a misconception that once you put all of that down, you don't have to pay taxes on it. That's when you realize you don't own it. Your car is different. You own it, but you can't drive it. You see the catch-22 there? I want people to be aware. This is awareness month. I'm ready to see some more driving while Moorish content. That's a great key there. Either you wrong. No, they wrong. They shouldn't be giving up all this good content for free. It said no, N-O, with the exception, and I bet you they make reference to that every time. Cases such and such and such. That one case is infamous. There is a lot of people that got a lot of advancements off of that one case. That one they refer to every time there's a loophole that someone's trying to jump through. I said loophole, so we're trying to hula hoop through. I feel proud to have a license. You know what I'm saying? Almost as proud as an Oscar. You know what I'm saying? Y'all seen the Oscar? Oscars. I feel that way about my California driver's license. I feel the same way about my California driver's license as he felt when he received that Oscar. Y'all know what I'm talking about? Because, man, I worked hard. What's wrong with that? I can't be proud of my accomplishment. I should be rewarded. My reward is my CDL. Amen? Now, why somebody try to get over? They finna do some promising content. The car is registered. We're just gonna peel the tag off, maybe. You ever try to take a tag off what you're sticking on the car? Yeah. Let me tell you, it's all kind of fugaziness happening with these dealerships, y'all. As a matter of fact, when I first purchased my car, right? When you first purchase it, you paying a lot of fees. You're paying a lot of fees. You don't know that when you're a first time car buyer off the lot, right? It's different when you got an individual owner. When you buying it off the lot, it's all kind of stuff they will whop you with. Some people don't even ask if the car is gonna be registered. You know what I'm saying? But it's not until you figure out that they ain't even put the right address for you to get that tag. Then you start saying, well, Ether get used a lot of ways. Listen, look. Ah, Sassafras, do you have my tags? Oh, no, we mailed them to you. Can you repeat that address to me? Railroad station. P.O. box. What? Railroad P.O. box station. What? I don't even live in that state. Type ish. It's important because you don't know if you drop 11,000 that ain't even gracing the top of the car. Where's all your money going to? By the time you see, okay, so then you start. I was important. I got me a brand new car. Look at the wheels spin. I just got some tire shine put on. What? I said it's a brand new used car. I will be the first owner. Amen. I'm speaking it into existence. You see how I manifest? What? What? I will be the first owner. Amen. Come on, y'all. Help me out with that. They said, either if you would have dropped that money, because I had the money to drop that day. He said, either if you would have dropped that money and drove off, this car probably wouldn't be driving right now, because that's how the big G do. He wants you in debt sometimes. You know what I'm saying? You know, remember I said I was a big girl now. I was a big girl now. My father be so proud. Look at me. Look at my credit score. Look at this. Look at this. Ching. I'm car wash every weekend. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Skirt. Skirt, skirt. You know what I'm saying? You ain't did nothing until you pull up on the side of someone with the hippie version. And they like, less rice. Nah. You see all the po-po out right now? That's my excuse, and I'll stick it to it. You ain't about it now. Fastest I've been in this joint was at 100 miles per hour, and I was looking. That's either breaking the LW. Is they behind me or they're beside me? Right. It's all green lights God wanted me to do it. Type ish. Anytime they see a car like this, they're looking. Let's see who's in there. Is it a NASCAR? Is it a NASCAR event coming? Look, we have that plate memorized. You better not go 1 mile over 65. I seen you when you got on. I seen you when you got on. I'm just going to pull up on the side of you with the same version and laugh at you as I speed past you. That is a privilege that the average person does not have. And you sitting there like, you just did 100 to, you just did 100 to pull me over. Like, they're gonna say they have the experience to do it. And I'm gonna say I took the same course because I was the school bus driver. You just don't know that. I have the experience too. Look, let me tell you, especially on a Saturday out here, they is looking. You understand? They drive these out here. You know what I'm talking about? And everybody in the regular office is like, they think they're all, we're running around here in this PT Cruiser. And they just zooming past everybody every time I see. Can't wait to go to work. Yes, sir. I think I'm gonna buy me one of these. Tax season, I'm gonna buy me one. Because, y'all, the same thing with the scrapers. You know, they know what scrapers could do. They called them narc cars back in the day. Y'all know what I'm talking about? Oh, bro, don't be one of them. Don't be one of them. Like, come on now. Y'all know, you already know. You already, come on now, sassafras and friends. What is you doing? Oh, look at this. Look at this. He got it. Is that the breakaway bag? Y'all know what I'm talking about. The I'm home bag. I'm home. If he don't tear up out of here expeditiously, all that coming back and forth to the car, like, come on, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? Go on in there with your posse family, and peace be unto you. I can say what I want. Y'all sitting up here, it's always somebody that got a trillion songs stating what they do for a living. They want to say, I'm telling. If you don't tear up out of here expeditiously, and I do mean no breaks. It's Saturday. It was so hot yesterday. I thought about coming on, but I was like, it's too hot outside. Yeah. I'm just, if he come over here, oh, okay. It's Prosy and Friends. Prosy and Friends. They about to get the money. They about to get that money. Ah, they just said they just bombed me. Was that some Sexy Ranch you listened to? That's their motivation. They skinny, so they all right. It's hot, you know what I'm saying? They gonna make a lot of money tonight. I just like to look. I'm a looker. You know what I'm saying? I'm a looker. I like to look and give commentary. This is my original content. They just giving me content. I said the here, this nigga go. You know what I'm saying? Oh, excuse me. Yep. Come on, man. Come on, y'all. Come. He got that fresh out bag. You know what I'm saying? Y'all, look. I'm minding my own beeswax. Okay. Now, we both know you ain't left nothing in that car where you have to come back 3 times. Absolutely not that. I can't stand ninjas. That's iffy with him. Yeah. You know that fresh out mean they just need a good run. Then all the truth gonna start trickling out. What you talking about, Ether? I'm talking about all them isms and party favors. Single and not ready to mingle. All right. I have a spiritual union. That means God giving me time to get adjusted. Because I swear, with some of y'all content, I be like, I thought I wanted a relationship for about 2 seconds. A physical one. A physical one. Then I started saying, a spiritual spouse. Because it's always a moment where you just like, did I tick him off? You still rocking with me? Because sometimes, I be in my feels, and I say something about his wife. You know what I'm talking about? She want to be the source of all my problems. It's that spiritual part, you know what I'm saying? It's not admissible, you know what I'm talking about? I gotta thank God for that one. Yeah. Either you is wrong. Yeah. You gotta be wrong to be right sometimes, you know what I'm saying? I said you gotta be wrong to be right. Amen? Sometimes. Here, look now. Look now. Look now. You know, it's hot, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah, it's not strange and unusual for me to be sitting in my car on a hot, on a hot one. You know what I'm saying? How was that? Okay. See, I gotta look up. You know how you gotta look over the top. Look over the top of your glasses. Get your good eye in. All right, it's cool. I was just checking out Homeboy Mustang. It's nice. It's feasible. I'm trying to see if it was all bapped up in front. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that's it. It's good. It's cool. Somebody said, why is it mad? Because he backed that thing up. Back that thing up. Back that. Boy, you look good. Won't you back that thing up? It's a back that thing up type of night. You know what I'm saying? For sure. For sure. For sure. You ever just look at your registration and think it's up to date, but then it's not because it's the wrong year. He has. It's 2025. See, I experienced something like that. You know what I'm saying? Months ago, when I looked at my L's, right, and I was like, oh, F. This whole time I'm sitting here telling everybody to check their license, and it was me. It was me the whole time. Then I was like, oh, that's 2026. Oh, come on, man, come on. Like, I hope, you know, just get on in, get on in. You know, they got their Slim Goodies out. Oh wow, did somebody just get kicked out? Like, did I just see someone get pushed out the door? See, mm-mm. Oh. Man, if y'all don't tear up out of here expeditiously, it's the skinny girl night. You know what I'm saying? What can I say? You know what I'm saying? They out, they bout, and they about to get that money. I just wish she closed the door. You know what I'm saying? Here we go. Here we go. We got the shenanigans. You know what I'm saying? She gotta get the catechus. Man, close the door. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, man. This is what I be saying about these funny style dudes. You know what I'm saying? Close the door. That's when they want too much attention. Like, you in there? Yeah, pull over there. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because now, old girl, know I'm here, and she gonna be checking every time you go to the car 1665 times tonight because you think I'm gonna be in here. You know what I'm saying? Pull over there, sweetie. Because I know that's her car. You know, you got to protect your investment. Is get on over there, back that thing up. Because it wasn't back then before, but I feel like there's a need to. You know what I'm saying? Or they, I'm not checking. Yeah. But he got him one. You know, he got him one of them Slim Goodies. You know what I'm saying? Slim Goodie night. Don't park back over here. You know what I'm saying? I ain't got my lights out because otherwise she'd be looking too. Y'all know what I'm talking about? I think, you want me to go talk to her? You know what I'm saying? They make me something to do. You know what I'm saying? It's not really profitable for you. You know what I'm talking about? But whatever. You know what I'm saying? You know, you know, you know, fresh out. Fresh out, the fresh out, they feel like, you know what I'm saying, ain't no competition around. You know what I'm saying? They feel like wherever Ether at is the spot now. Well, Ether there. So when I don't have Slim Goody, I'm just gonna use her car or the other ones and, park next to her every chance I get. Type ish. This dude done dropped his marbles. I know he gonna be 38 high. Now he gonna come back over. He gonna come back over. Man, here I am, enjoying the ambiance. I was gonna ask y'all, got any questions about the scribe, but the chat is not open. So, if you would like to CA me, it is PEKA69, because I am so fine and I need to eat. Y'all know what I'm telling you about. Don't be shy. Put it in the air where it's fair. He said, yeah. He wanted to say he was going to retire his big mama for Slim Goody, but that's not feasible copacetic for his pocket, so he's just going to say, I'm going to the store. I'm going to the store, and, depending on if Slim Goody got some money, depends on if he going to go home tonight. You know what I'm saying? It was one of those type of nights. What we did with the conversation started off with me talking about dudes that do not appreciate women and young girls that have fathers active in their lives. Some do. Some do. Some may say that the daughter's father is too intrusive and too much in the business. Mine wasn't like that. You know what I'm saying? Mine wasn't calling. You know what I'm saying? He met a boyfriend that I had when I was that I wanted to have. Excuse me. He met a boyfriend that I wanted to have when I was in middle school, and that's because he came home early and he was in the house. That's the only reason why. And after he scared him to where he just lost my number completely, I never seen him again, and that solved the problem there. Other than that, it was just my ex-husband. He came, gave him the stare down. Oh, you're a good man. Yeah, my father said something like, his belief was any man that take care of someone else's children and married a woman is a good man. That was his belief. He passed over with that same belief, not knowing that we were on the verge of a breakup. Completely. But that's that old time, you know what I'm saying? And it's some truth to that, y'all. Because I got to bring it back, that's what the topic was. That all of this was this whole live was about setups. Look, I've been on an hour and 20 minutes just about. Cha-ching! Let me see. I look over my glasses again. Is them some mugs? Oh, girl got on some mugs. They red too. You know what that means? Hot like fire. This is that weekend. That fresh out weekend. Fresh out, still look right. Next week, I might not. It depends on if I get a good run in this whole week. Male and female alike. She's just gonna sashay down. Let me tell you something. You know, back in the day, they used to say, "Oh, tendencies." You know what I'm saying? The HOE tendencies, right? And that meant like you may not be one officially, but you got their ways. You know, type ish. Yeah, because I was around a lot of dudes that would say stuff like that. Not to me, but when they would explain what they was dealing with, what they seen, that it would be HOE tendencies. That mean you got the mannerisms, the demeanor, the attitude of one. And I said that to say she gonna sashay down the street. You know what I'm saying? If she pick up somebody, Jose, oh well. You know what I'm saying? That's a plus. You know what I'm saying? Just a little bit more money. You know what I'm saying? About $20, $30 more than she left. She left with. You know what I'm saying? Let me tell you something. Nobody got more game than a fiend. Ain't nobody. You ain't making money like fiends making money because they got a daily habit. If you think you doing something, they got more game, more opportunities, and more connections than you could ever imagine. They sitting there looking like they ain't got nothing because they done spent it all on party favors. I said she about to sashay down the street. That girl she probably got more money in her pocket than I do. That wasn't a dig on her profession. That was me telling you the truth. You know what I'm talking about? You see? You see this? What is this here? Oh, Fido. Y'all know that. Wait, wait. You know what that means? Yeah, hey, hey, hey. Some of that dark web stuff. Huh. I feel it in the air. Say pull up, jump out. Y'all know about any pull-ups lately? Somebody say, I'm on my way right now. You know what I'm talking about? That is it.